Hello. Well, I'm trying out my camera on the iPhone with my regular tripod for ordinary cameras, plus the selfie stick, which I was able to screw into the camera holder and so get a more elevated view. This can actually reach very nearly the ceiling of this room, but it looks kind of, like I'm Martin Balsam about to ride an office chair down the stairs, and I'd rather not give that impression. So I just thought I'd give you a chance to see my appearance today. I'm doing so much better than I was on Saturday. I've had some good interactions with people, and that helps a lot. Anyway, this is my teaching outfit today. I'm wearing a bra. I don't exactly quite need it right now, but I'm definitely budding, and this side is actually swelling somewhat. I've got like some firm, I can even feel it. I can feel it through the bra. That like is here, it's about like the size of a quarter or so, and then it continues up to the armpit area, less so. So that's really nice. I'm going to show you my dress in a minute, but I just thought I want you to see this. And this is attached to Bluetooth so I can see things. Oh, I can even like turn on lights. Oh, the lights are not facing the right direction. Whoops, so. I totally set it up backwards. Whatever. Okay, see you soon. Anyhow, let me get back to my point. I'm going to lean on this creamer here for a second, which is a little bit of a trans set of colors. I've got the white and the pink and the blue. It's nice. Oh, and you remember these? Got these at Tokyo Disneyland, and it's kind of team colors, as I said then. Nice. I wanted to just say that I've had good interactions with people just recently. I hope that these chats and just interactions in general can continue and thrive, and I can become closer friends with all of these people. And I love all of you already. Truly, I do. I really honestly have a lot of heartfelt friendship with you, and that's love in my book. If you want to call it something else, that's your right. But for myself, that's how I choose to express it, because that's the way I feel it. Self-love. Let me talk about self-love for a second. Oh my gosh, I've strayed really far. This is something I do in every video, just about. So, and let me get some coffee. I think I'm going to lose some lipstick, but at this point, lo and behold, self-love, something I was never able to achieve, at least not since, I had a concept for self-love. I've not been able to get there. I don't know, I see it as an adversarial relationship between my unconscious or subconscious, I don't know the differences, frankly, if there is one. But my non-conscious mind, let me say it that way, and my conscious mind, as a kind of dichotomy, or my nemesis is out to get me, hates me, and drives me towards self-destruction in a bunch of ways, sometimes by leading me to dissociate and do really stupid-ass things while I'm dissociating that I often can't remember, and then when I return, I'm faced with a really earth-shattering fiasco of traumatic proportions, and that's happened again and again and again and again and again and again. So yeah, when I wanted to try to love myself, there was always some reason coming into my head that said, you know, oh no, but look how much you messed up. Look at all the hurt you caused. Look at how many relationships you have destroyed. Look how many wonderful, good people who are worthy of love have been hurt by you. You're a menace. You're a danger. You're a hazard to people. I have been told I'm toxic, and God, I hope not. I hope I'm not now. I've never intended any harm, and I know it doesn't matter whether it was intentional or not, because the damage is really still done. But at the same time, you know, I don't want to cause any hurt at all. In fact, I'm horrified at the idea of even, you know, mildly annoying or frustrating or bothering anybody, let alone hurting them. That's, you know, the most horrible, super acidic drop that goes through my whole psyche when I think about that. It's the most horrible thing. Other reasons for not loving myself is, look, you know, I've got this great creative idea, but I keep getting distracted, or I keep getting, I think I'm somewhat of a perfectionist, and so I'm never satisfied, and it leads me to abandon so many projects that I come close to finishing, or I've got it all planned out, but I never actually do it. Look at my NaNoWriMo page, brilliantly rusted. You can see it for yourself, how many I planned out, but I never wrote a word that I submitted, among many other examples. Tough Call, the Choose Your Own Adventure video series that I was working on, but I reached near the end and I couldn't finish because I was afraid to. And I blame myself for that. I should be working. I feel I push myself. I blame myself for not making progress. I'm working on this song right now, about my first dose of HRT, and I love this song. It's working. It's sounding great. It's all for me, a cappella, to sing, and I'm ready to record the first verse, the first middle eight, and I'm ready to start notating the instrumental before the last two verses and coda, which will follow the same basic pattern, so it won't be too bad. And yet, I keep stalling out and not doing it, partly because of these mood swings I've been having, partly because I'm just a mess. But this is one more reason why I tell myself I should not, you know, I don't deserve love from anybody. And particularly, you know, for myself, I'm the one who ought to know that I'm not worth anything. But I started a dialogue in my head, a verbal dialogue. I was hearing the voices. Actually, after a while, I started not to be able to differentiate which voice was which, so I may have made some ridiculous things, but nobody knows. No, nobody knows, including myself. I can't remember the details. But I was trying to keep myself on target and focused and think about this thing and trying to explain to myself that, you know, actually I have many good qualities. My capacity for love is huge. I can love so intensely and so hard and so sincerely and earnestly, and I can love so many people, and I'm polyamorous. Just, you know, the fact that I can love so many people without any lessening of any one person due to loving another person is just, it's a wonder. It's a blessing. It's a gift. It's a mitzvah. And please pardon me for using that word, which I had known all my life from other things, but Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events on Netflix taught me a new meaning. and I really love it. A blessing. I love that about myself. I really love that about myself. But to get the love from loving it about myself to loving myself is blocked, and has been blocked for my whole life. I'm nearly 50 years old. Maybe I don't look it, but I am. And it's been completely unsurmountable until the other night, last Saturday, just a few days ago, when I said, look, you know, this is a good thing. You make mistakes, but everybody makes mistakes. And you have special reasons for making maybe more, or you're more liable to make mistakes than other people might be because of different reasons. You have mental illness, for example. It's a really, I don't want to use it as an excuse, but it is a factor that I can't ignore and say, oh, well, you know, I can't mention that because people will say it's an excuse. Well, but you know, really, it messes my life up really a lot, and it's something I'm dealing with. It's something that I'm working with, struggling very hard to be sane, and I spend most of my time trying to manage my emotions. And honestly, that's a lot of the reason why I don't make progress, is because I'm trying to calm down. And that's valid. I think, you know, trying to provide myself with some self-care is a good thing to focus on. Sometimes, you know, I got to prioritize that over making progress on any one project. And so I'm forgiving myself for that. I know the song. I love the song. I'm going to keep going with it. I'm going to finish it. I'm telling you now, so you can hold me accountable, okay? I'm going to finish it. And I believe I'm going to make the video that I always wanted to make, using masking and different special effects so it looks like I'm singing, you know, side by side with myself. Using Filmora Pro, which I love and I paid good money for. Not a lot, but it is good money. I earned it myself. And you know, there were other similar things where one of the voices, the self-destructive voice in my head, was arguing against self-love and saying, you know, but look what you've done. Look, today you hurt your friend. You know, you're a bull in a china shop. You may not, even if you don't mean harm, you're dangerous. And it's against my nature to be harmful. I don't want ever to hurt people, as I've said, but I can learn to control myself better. I can understand myself better. I can learn when I'm emotional not to post, to stop, get offline and do something else, get my mind off it and cool down, and you know, have that cooling down period so that I can return refreshed and not feeling bad. And so I'm planning to do that. Again, accountability. You know, if I'm failing in this, please remind me. If you would please do that, so that I can remember to work on getting better and better. I want to be the best friend that I can be. I don't mean best friend kind of best friend. I mean, I want to be as good, caring, supportive, encouraging, reassuring, affectionate friend that anyone could ask for. I hope that they would want that kind of friend in their life, and I hope they would accept me as a provider of these things, because honestly, I think I'm good at it. I hug really great. look, I have a heart full of love, and I want to shower real friendship with you, the viewer. You, my online friends, and my former in real life friends whom I haven't seen in so long that effectually you're online friends now at this point, because we never see each other anymore, but that can change too. Some people I've never met in real life, but I love them. I would say, I believe, I feel that I love them no differently, and no less certainly than people I know from real life. But, okay, I don't want to get nervous here, because I'm feeling pretty good. I feel pretty in this dress. I don't know if you can see any kind of growth. Maybe I'll take this bra off after pausing the video and come back so you can see the outline of my boob growth. I want to document the growth. Right now, I believe, I'm not 100% sure whether it's not my imagination, but I have a nipple here which I think is budding. This one, I am pretty sure is budding, and it's got this firmness, especially kind of to the, what do we call, what direction is this? If this is north to you, and this would be east, it's kind of going in a northeasterly direction, kind of here, firm up to here, from the nipple here to here, and then what is it, the adrenal gland, I think, is all connected. I was reading about this a lot recently because I was a little afraid I had breast cancer, which would be a real bummer. It's a scary thought still, but I believe it's not. I'm going to get it checked out. What is the Bluetooth worn out already? Cranky. Maybe it's too long, I don't know. Let me get a little closer here for a second and just talk to you. Oh wait, I'm getting a telephone call. Please excuse me, I'll be back. So I've taken off my bra now, and I don't know how well you can see me, but maybe I can move down slightly. God, my left boob here, I don't know, here's the nipple, the bulge is here. Now, I don't know, but look anyway, see what you can see. I believe, when I look, it appears to me that this right boob is not as big. It doesn't feel that way, and it doesn't look that way to me. I especially use my own eyes view to look down. I really do see a difference in the size. Life's funny sometimes, isn't it? But they're growing in, and I feel certain of that. They're growing in already. This is just over the 2-month mark. It's early in my 3rd month now. Saturday, this past Saturday, was the beginning of my 3rd month. I've got meds for my 3rd and my 4th month now because I was getting it from an apothecary where they don't usually have those on hand, so they had to special order it, and they couldn't order half measures of, the way they sell it, and so they sold me the whole Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Hassenpfeffer Incorporated, and the whole shebang, as it were, and gave it to me for actually for the Androcur, it's slightly more than a 2-month supply, slightly. It's like for 60 days instead of 48. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. 28, 56. Oh, it's 60 instead of 58. So it actually gives me 4 days more than the normal amount that I would have got at the hospital. That suddenly brings to mind something from my childhood. The Gong Show with Chuck Barris. They had one person singing, and there was with other people, I guess. They said, "Hospital, hospital, like it, and that was the Gong Show. Yeah, that's neither here nor there. Well, it's there, but it's not here. I'm having, some awful mood swings during the past 2+ months. Some really, really bad days. But also I've been having some really good days where I feel, like 150% better than what I thought my best day could be. And so that is wonderful. It's gender euphoria, and that's a lot of the reason why I wanted to write the song about my first dose of HRT called "I've Got the Future on My Tongue." I didn't know it should be sublingual, but yeah, and now I know. I have a very dear friend who told me, or reminded me, it ought to be sublingual. Don't bring me dysphoria by mentioning my beard, you stupid son of a bitch. Okay, I'm talking to my unconscious mind there. Before I go, you may not realize this, but I love purple. And I've got 2 purple bears just recently. This one was purchased for approximately $3 US. And it's really, God, I love the color. I love the color. The construction is not like superb, but the color makes up for a lot of that. This is actually a little zippered bag, but it's got a similar color, not precisely the same, and a kind of velourish texture to it, kind of a counterpoint a counterpart in a way. But I really like these, and the purples here, especially I think this one, a little more than this, is so. It like it sucks me in, and I'm surrounded by a purple miasma. Gosh, really nice, huh? Okay, I should shut up and let you get back to your lives, but I really I feel blessed and happy to be feeling so much better than I was, and I hope that this will last a little longer this time, because last week was unnaturally full of very, very low troughs, and it was just up and down and up and down every single day. Half the day would be good, half the day would be bad, and I never knew whether it was the morning or the afternoon which would suck and which half would be nice. But I want more nice. I really want more nice, and I want to. See, what I feel is, if I can really make progress and start to genuinely love myself, then I can get a grip on feeling better by having sympathy for myself. Having empathy. It is my own feelings that I'm having empathy with, but can you get what I mean? I can have compassion for myself. Maybe that's a better way to say it. Or maybe it's exactly the same. I can't even figure it out. But if I really love myself, then, I can't be alone. And I'll be there for myself. I hope I can be as good a friend to myself as I know I can be to those whom I love, in whatever capacity. we'll see what happens in the future. I'll keep you posted. Please wish my transition some luck. I'm going to start an epistolary novel kind of thing, I think, between at least a couple of people in something either called Letters to Sappho or Prayers to Sappho, or both, or something like that. And I think it could be quite a sweet romantic sort of book about people trying to figure themselves out and accepting themselves as they really are, overcoming prejudices, and really filling their hearts with love and devotion for something bigger than themselves and someone other than themselves, while still loving themselves. But anyway, here's my little remote. Remote of the Brave, age 8. I wish you all well, and I hope you wish me well too. Take care.